how can we use social media in our favor? Rico mentioned about that earlier, the mindset. The mindset that you have your own life, accept your own life, accept your life how it is. Don't compare your life with other people's life, because every every person gonna have a different life than you, and it's not because that person has that car or that house or that wife or that family that they are gonna be they're gonna be happier than you, or that you have to have the life like them. You can be happy in your way. You can accept your own life, and you can improve your life um, in another way, and not just comparing your life with other people, right? Just try to become better by yourself, because if you compare your life with other people, of course you can have a great family, you can have a great wife in the future, or a husband, you can have kids, adorable kids, you can have a great house, great car, but it's just like a process. It's not that you're gonna get this right away, or like this. So you don't need to compare, just enjoy your own process to get there, where those people have all of this. You can have it too, but it's just a process. Just go to with your own process to get there, right? The mindset is really important. If you have the right mindset, you can see that people's life and you're not gonna feel bad about it. You're just gonna see that it's another person's life, and you're not gonna compare their lives with your own life. So this is really important. Professionally,
Piggyback
yeah, go
piggyback
ahead, man.
from with that, Gustavo, I would suggest be the owner. You're the owner of the phone, not the other way around. People are just get like sucked into like the phone, and then they don't have any control of. You actually do have control over like using this. So have the control. It's like a car. If you have a car, but you're letting if the car's not like if you're not driving it, it's not gonna like it's not the owner. You are the owner. You have that control. So be mindful of what you're doing, and yeah, just yeah, enjoy the life, like the moments. Like don't get sucked into it. Use it as a tool. Like, that's what I
Yeah,
wanted to add on to that.
Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
Also, I'm gonna add on top of that too. When you, I mean, like, I agree with you when you say compare with yourself, but I feel like also you can use other people to your advantage. So if you see, right, this other person similar to your background, similar to maybe where you're coming from or other things, and the person can be this successful, why don't we think in a positive way? Hey, it's possible, right? I'm going to work hard towards that, right? Rather than using the emotion of jealousy. Oh, yeah, this person is successful because they're lucky, right? You need to use it to a positive feel to motivate yourself, right? I feel like that's one of the solution where you just flip a switch. Literally nothing changed, right? You still saw the post, someone showing off their car or whatever, but it shouldn't be making you feel worse. It should push you forward, right? Hey, let's get it done. I want it. I'm sure that I could do it. This person did it. I'm gonna do it,
Mhm.
and you just go for it.
Exactly. It's just instead of comparing your life with that person's life, use their life as an inspiration to improve
Mm-hmm.
your life,
Yeah.
right? And not compare like, oh, I'm here, they are there, they are happy, I'm not. No, I want to become a person that I admire. People love people that are like them, or people that they admire.
Mm-hmm.
So if I admire someone and I want to have the same things that someone has, I should use that as an inspiration to actually do it in my favor. So that's why we say mindset is just you instead of like being hurt about that because you don't have it, just be inspired about that and go and work your way to actually go get there, right? Business, we already spoke about that. Analyze your own job. Like, can you use the social media to promote your work? Can you use the social media to improve your work, right? To get more knowledge that you can use in your work? Of course you can. There's a lot of content online. It doesn't need like, oh, my kind of job doesn't fit into social media. I can promote my job there. Okay, so learn something from your own job. Are you on sales? And the thing that you want that you sell, you cannot post online because it's prohibited. You just can sell like in the physical store or something like this. Learn how improve your sales skills with social media. Follow sales people that are important, that knows what they're doing, so you can improve your sales skills, right? You want to learn more about a specific thing. Just go and follow people that are in that area that you want to improve, and just follow them and see what they are doing to be so successful, and try to use the same methods to you, right? It's not just about promoting. Of course, if your job allows you to use the social media to advertise your product or your service, you should use it, like I did with my mom, and it worked. It's organic. Sometimes you don't need to pay anything, right? But if you can't, use it another way. Just learn something from people that are successful in your area, so you can use it the same way in your area and also be successful like them. Decrease of the usage of social media networks, right? Putting always a certain number of hours or minutes on it is good. You say, hey, and also a right time to do it, not just the amount of time, but a right time. So, okay, I'm gonna use this part of my day to go into social medias and to see what's going on. And I'm gonna use 30 minutes, 1 hour of my day to do that. This is gonna reduce the amount of time that you're gonna use the social media, and you're still gonna be able to get the advantages from it, and just avoid all the useless information that it has. And of course, be assertive. Don't go like looking for things that gonna be useless for you. When you're using social media, in the time that you are using it, try to use it in a useful way that you can get like learn something or get advantage from it. And of course, you can just separate like 10, 15, 20 minutes just to entertain yourself, just to laugh a little bit and see things that are useless, but at least makes you happy, makes you feel good, right? But the best way is try to limit your time, because people don't have limits, right? People just go and watch it all day long, right? So this is a good way as well.
Another way I would suggest is don't use your phone when you wake up and go to bed. It's like 30 minutes before and after. It's like the time the when you wake up, like a lot of people just go on their phone to check their email. That consumes a lot of like energy and just gets into your brain, so like it's so vulnerable at that stage. So make sure you don't use it. Yeah, it's hard not to use it, but try your best not to use during that time if possible.
Exactly. And before sleeping, as you said, is really important. The light of your cell phone just confuse your brain and avoid the hormones that you need to sleep, like melatonin, for example,
No.
to actually produce so you don't get you're not gonna be able to sleep so fast. So why don't before you sleep, instead of just going to TikTok or Instagram and watching a lot of reels that you won't be able to stop so soon, you just get a book and read it. It's gonna be even like easier for you to sleep, because reading, you're gonna make your eyes like tired, but uh you're not damaging it with like a light
Yeah.
screen, right?
Yeah. Like,
So you're getting knowledge, you're getting tired, your hormones gonna be produced. Make sure you have a yellow light, not a white light, right? And things are gonna be normal. And when you wake up, instead of going directly to your phone to see the messages, get in touch directly with the natural light. Open your window and let the natural light get into your room. When you do this, the amount of here we call we have a name for that. I don't know the name in English, but the amount of light that you receive from the natural light is much bigger than the artificial light. And when you actually get in touch with the natural light, when they get into your eyes, they go to your brain. Your brain realize that it's day, and you're gonna be awake much faster. You're gonna be alert much faster than if you just stay in the bed with the lights off in your phone, right? So the first thing, so if you want to wake up rested, if you want to wake up and actually be alert sooner to start your day, the first thing that you have to do is open your window and let the light get into your room, and just be in contact, directly in contact with the natural light for 30 to 40 minutes. Then you're gonna be awake, and you're not gonna be tired, and you're gonna have time to go and take your breakfast and do your things. A lot of people just take a long time to get up, stay in the dark, and when they get up, they still they get up of the bed late, right? Because they were in their phone, and they were like trying to wake up with a dark light. Your brain still didn't realize that it's day, and you just have to eat fast because you're late and to go out. So the best thing to do, and this I watch a lot of videos about it and read it about it as well. The best thing to do when you wake up, so you want to be alert and awake, is the first thing is that I have to do is open your window. Even if it's a cloudy day, it's better than the artificial light, and of course the darkness. So this is a good solution as well. Don't go to your phone. Wait until you be like completely awake, when you be completely alert, and then you can check your messages and all kind of stuff when you are already awake, right? So that's an important thing as well that I wanted to say. So that's for me, that's all, guys. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to say anything else about what we discussed, or can we go to the final words?
So I'm gonna add something very simple for even everyone. I think we kind of touch up on that as well. Just being aware and have a very simple plan. So I mean, in a perfect world, what you could do is you just make it whatever percentage you would like in your world. If you want 70% of your world being social media free, and then the 30% else is, doing researches online, using Instagram for advertising, promotion for your business, or keeping in touch with your friends that are not really next to you. Maybe they're in Brazil, maybe they're in Hong Kong, right? Maybe you're there in Korea. So you can't really physically be with them, obviously. So in that aspect, it's huge, right? Because you have that access for social media or internet, then you would be able to keep in touch with them. So having that right amount to control and measure, and everything is in your control, right? I want everyone to remember that it's not like, oh, their phone rings, then I have to pick up, or oh, someone messaged me, then I have to answer right away, right? Obviously, it's not like we look at the phone all the time. I don't know. I think some people have this weird urgency, like, oh, someone calls me, I have to pick up, right? Or someone messaged me, I have to answer right away. But realistically, if you're really a person focusing on certain things, I'm sure that if the other person is understandable, they're not going to be like, "Hey, why didn't you answer me?" Right? Obviously, you're busy. Maybe you're in the shower, right? Are you going to take your phone into your shower? Like, no, right? So having that awareness, knowing what is right and what is okay, I feel like that's what is missing for a lot of people. Right? They feel like, hey, I don't want to ignore people, or maybe I just want to finish that. I think Snapchat has that thing, right? Like, oh, I have to continue or something like that. I don't use Snapchat, so I don't know. But that's the
Me neither.
thing people get stuck on, right? They have certain types of expectation. They have that anticipation of things. If you set it up for yourself, at the end of the day, it's your life, right? You can make it to however you want. And a lot of people are actually not aware of that. So, I always kind of talk about this. We should have a class that is how to use social media, how to use internet, right? I know it sounds kind of funny, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's easy," but it's really not, right? It involves in psychology. It takes a little bit of even self-control as well, right? Like you're not going to be thinking about, is it dangerous? But obviously, when we talk about this and people are a little bit more aware, then they would be able to use the phone as a tool to see, right? I'm sure that you guys know. I think iPhone, even maybe Android, they have it, right? They track your usage of the app. Oh, Instagram, I'm like 3 hours, or the battery use Instagram for 3 hours, and then YouTube, you have like, I don't know, 16 hours, then something is wrong, right? So if you look at it, they look at the breakdown of what's your usage, and you can be mindful, kind of like budgeting with finance as well, right? If you keep on spending money, like finish your credit card, then of course you're not going to be good in finance. But if you're aware, hey, today I spent this amount of money in entertainment, then next day maybe not. Same goes with social media as well, right?
Yeah, and adding up to it, like if you're a parent, it's important to, of course, don't put your son, of course, outside of this world because it's impossible. They're gonna get into it somehow. They're gonna have friends that have cell phones. They're gonna have friends that have social media, and they gonna just do it hiding from you. So you don't need to prohibit your kids to use it. Just try to try to educate them on how to use it properly and limit it and control a little bit their time usage on it, so they can grow knowing how to use it already, right? And one of the things that I think it's more difficult, but I would love, in Brazil, for example, we don't have financial education in the school. People don't know about finance until they get into university or something like this. Another important thing that could be teach on school, it's about awareness on social media. So the kids also could learn directly in the school from the teachers to be more careful using that, right? It's a new thing. It's a new thing. So I think maybe it's something that could be added to the as a subject in the school. Uh, how to use social media in the proper way. It doesn't need to be like a whole class of it or like a whole year teaching that, but like sporadic, like once in a while, to have like speeches or people that knows about all the benefits and the disadvantages that the social media can also just show this kids, this generation, and this young people on how to use social media in the proper way. Education is it's really important, right? So it has to come from the parents, but I think it's also really important to come from the schools.
Right.
So in conclusion, what I can say, so we can finish the video, is social media is not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. It actually depends of the point of view. It depends of how you use it. If you use it as a tool, or if you use it the whole time and just hurt yourself and make yourself less productive, make yourself less intelligent, let's say, and using in the wrong way. So there are two sides of it, and you are the only one who can choose what side you want to enjoy, what side you want to use. So try to use the good one, right? And organize yourself to do that. You can do this. It's not difficult. Just have to be aware of what you're doing and realize if you're doing the wrong thing. Try to fix it. It's sometimes it's an addiction, so it's not easy to change. But each small change every day can lead you to a good future on use it in the proper way. So it doesn't need to be right away, because everything that you change fast, you can finish fast. It's like we were saying before, everything is a progress. So little by little, right? When you want to sleep early, sometimes you sleep like 2:30, 3 a.m. every day. You don't need to sleep at 10 p.m. the next day. Try to sleep, if you sleep at 3, try to sleep at 2:30. Next day, try to sleep at 2. Just go little by little. This way, the process is not so it's not so strong, you know. It's easier to create a habit if you do it like
Right.
when you start the gym. You don't go and just go to the and get like a really how to say, like the weights that are really hard for you to get. You start getting the lighter ones, and then you go little by little, you're gonna be increasing it, right? Same thing with with all the other stuff. You don't need to be so strong, the change, but do it. Change a little bit tomorrow, change a little bit the next day, until you get to the best way possible that you can do, and you can use it. Silence.
Can I add something?
Of course you can.
I feel like kind of just to wrap up with the final thought, right? One of the things that we always have to keep in mind is you are controlling the situation, right? Like I kind of said it as well all the time. And if you make it in a way that benefits you, then that's good. And it's not like something being excessive is always bad, right? If you're talking about maybe alcohol, right? I know some types of studies would say red wine is great for maybe sleeping disorders, right? So people drink a little bit, go to sleep. I think that's completely fine. But if you become an alcoholic and you keep on drinking every day, then of course that's addiction. Same with other things, right? Like any other hobbies out there, right? If you're thinking about being too much, and then it would interrupt your regular life, that's the problem. I feel like social media nowadays is one of the things that actually hinder a lot of people's regular life, right? What's their regular life? They become so accustomed to waking up, okay, checking my social media, how many likes do I get, and what can I see my friends are doing, right? So they become this little square, little circle. And kind of adding to your point, Gustavo, when you talk about the life in general, right? I think it's better for you to get the exposure of other people that are not within that social media prime person, right? If all of your friends are using social media like excessively, it's really hard for you to change, right? You would just be like, oh, it's normal, right? Everyone's using it, it's normal, right? But if you actually take that first step to just go to the park and take a look at people, like talk to people, right? You go to a bus stop and then you start talking to the person next to you, like, hey, how are you doing, right? Now you added in these type of in-person interaction, and it kind of flips your brain to another side of things, right? Maybe they never get the exposure. Like we talk about the generation nowadays is so accustomed and used to social media, finding things online, talking to people over the phone. So that in-person aspect, I always feel like it's a little bit saddening, right? Like you don't really get to see people that much anymore, especially on top of the effect after pandemic, right? Like people are used to working from home, right? People are used to, hey, it's fine for me to not even talk to people, right? So that aspect of the human touch is like really missing. That's what leads to maybe people have even anxiety problem. Like, maybe that's why people have these problems, is because they don't even have someone there physically to talk with, to share emotions, even share the little moments like looking at the sunset or walking along the beach and things like that. It's really frustrating sometimes, right? So getting yourself out there, talking to people that are having different opinion, and I feel like getting back to that point of being open-minded. It's great to be able to combine different ideas, just like what we're doing here. We all come from like different background and have obviously different educational background as well, but that's where we're having a discussion, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Andy, final thought.
Final thought. So speaking of the person who didn't have social media for like until grade, I think 10, didn't have like a phone. So I actually missed out on like partings and everything like that, but I didn't miss much. I think because of that, I didn't have any like depression or anxiety, a lot of things that social media brings into. So I didn't get that at all. I was more connected with the physical world. And yeah, I'm actually happy that I got that kind of education. So I would highly recommend to those people, especially younger generations, to be self-control of of the social media. Be the owner of it, not the other way around.
Not be controlled by it.
Mhm.